chat. Hi everyone. Welcome to another session of live coding with me. My name is Anton Zinoev, and I guess I have to introduce myself once again, since I had some streams before, previous several months, but it was in Russian, so I guess audience will change a bit, at least a bit. I hope for that. So let me introduce myself. My name is Anton Zinoviev. I'm working in a game development company called Gaijin Entertainment. I am team lead of web development team. My current main languages that I use in day-to-day basis are JavaScript and golang. As for now, I have more than, I guess, 10 years of experience in commercial development and overall in coding more than, well, I forgot this number again. I guess it is more than 16 or 18 years of coding overall from the beginning. So one more thing that is worth noting before starting the stream itself. All the stuff that I say, all the statements that I say here are all only my personal opinion and doesn't relate to the company Gaijin Entertainment that I work in. So all disclaimers done, all this stuff is done, and I guess we can move along to open source development of the Gaijin. Well, it is published under the Gaijin Entertainment GitHub account organization. It is a golang linter that is mostly accessible through golang CI linter. And there are some quirks and pull requests and feature requests that I am planning to address in closest streams. So, first of all, I think we should head to pull requests because it is the most easy stuff to deal with because things are done before. There is one that dates back to November of the last year. It is also our employee at a time. And the thing that after he made the pull request that I asked him to do as a task, I decided to make bigger changes to linter itself. It changed its structure and the whole subject of this, like the visitor stuff, moving to another struct, isn't needed anymore. Therefore, with this one, I guess I will close this one without without even stating what is wrong with this one. So next, we have an update for X Golang org X tools. Actually, I suppose there are tools also for the analysis, which is used in the linters, and the other one is update readme. I haven't seen this one since the summer actually, but well. So author claims that he wants to update readme to reflect latest usage. It seems that the current readme MD does not reflect latest usage of the go-exhaustruct. Is it worth updating? Diff is usage latest version. I removed deprecated options from it. What was changed here? Check all out. So this one, debug dash E dash V dash C, all of those are options provided by the analysis tool. Well, I'm not sure. Not sure. I have intentionally stripped these flags, at least the ones that were there by the moment I was developing the linter at first place. And I don't think that there is a place for them in here. So let's say these flags are not from the linter itself, rather analysis command wrapper. They been omitted intentionally. So I guess I won't. After coming refactoring. So, and here we come. There is a refactoring coming. First of all, we will change the package name that used to distribute the linter itself. Recently, on I guess it is 2 recent streams, I was talking about the vanity imports and how companies like Uber or Google does these, like to say, fancier versions of, or for example, like golang.org/x/tools. It is not the Git repository as like usual stuff that distributed through github.com, for example, or other stuff. Okay, I should put it in silent mode. Do not disturb. It is there. Interesting. Very interesting. Sorry. Someone trying to spam me with calls. Nonetheless, so recently we've done the vanity import for our company. It will be, well, you will see how it will turn out. It will be way shorter, first of all. Then after that, there will be like, I have a plan to not to say drastically refactor the linter, but change the way it control sequence is handled. So as for now, if you are not familiar with the linter and its structure, control sequences are hidden within the field tags of the structures. And well, first of all, I guess I have to tell about the linter itself. So I guess most of us, when working with Golang, we are working with the structures, mostly, I guess. And sometimes values and fields, especially of structures, should be initialized with any kind of values. So, for example, in case, for example, like primitive values like integers or strings or slices are okay to work with when they are not initialized, it is not the case with maps, for example, or I don't know, like buffers or something like that that should have the value, but you should call it explicitly. And in order to not forget to initialize some values, linter is for the rescue for this case. So, because of the way analysis in Golang is made, we don't have an access to comments of structures, fields, and etc. That was my last attempt to introduce control sequences in comments, because, well, it looks better when the linter control sequences are located within the comments nearby rather than tags, because first of all, tags require you to like double quote the value of the tag, and it is like more verbose to say. And the second of all, as I said, it is not aligned with all the other linters that do handle stuff and do receive the options for current stuff. How to say, not current, like the around stuff from the around comments from the previous row or comment block, or from the row itself when it is located in the end of the row. What I did last time, I have introduced the control section for local use cases. So, for example, when the option is not marked as, when the field is not marked as optional, but in the exact place, you know, well, I know that I can tell the linter that it is like the legitimate use case for this type of scenario. I want to mute it, and I can do like go-exhaustruct ignore. Therefore, the linter will ignore this exact violation. And for the cases when, for example, there are options to exclude by regular expressions, you are able to exclude certain structures or packages, for example. So for the cases when you are usually don't have to initialize something, but you know that for this case you want to ensure that all public fields for external use, or all fields for internal use in case you are inside of the scope of the package, you want to be sure that they are all initialized. So the comment control sequences were introduced, I guess, last year during the feature request of other users. So I will stop myself here and finish up the response for pull request. Yeah, it kind of like that. For me too. And I am the guy that made it. It helps not to forget to initialize critical values, but when you're dealing with all the other stuff, you're like, I fucking have to disable it, or otherwise it will be noisy. So I guess during close couple of streams, I think it will be 2 or 3, we will come up with a solution for more fine-grained control over the linter itself. So I have several thoughts in mind. There are like workarounds for like when your return statement is like multi-value return and you have the error inside of that. linter will not enforce you to fill what? Fill this structure in case you have not nil error returned in the same return statement. But I guess there can be more fine control, and we will find out today or the next day. So flags were emitted intentionally, and yes, I guess it is okay. Though we, all the other authors have to be polite during the review of others' work. Therefore, thanks for contribution, though. So, yes, this is the way. And the other one. This one, I have like GitHub Actions pipeline that automatically merges updates from the Dependabot. But in case there are tests and they are all fine, but this one failed for some reason. Oh, I guess I know why. What? The linter is deprecated. Where is the error? So this is warning. Oh, okay. Context load invalid. No go files to analyze. Running go mode tidy may solve the problem. So linter is freaking out here because all this stuff that have changed were go mod and go sum, obviously. But what? I don't know. What the hell? Because the fact that go mod has changed, and I suppose the change was made by Dependabot after some time since last run, there should be no cache. In case there is no cache, it should perform full check anyways. But let's see. The command for CI in here goes only new issues, and therefore, yes, I guess that is the case. Before there were no changes to .go files. Linter didn't find any .go files in the list of recent in the patch set, and therefore it didn't check and failed. But I guess I can't resist, but where it goes? Details. Rerun all jobs. Maybe, just maybe, it will pass. No, it explicitly said that it didn't find any Go files to lint, therefore it errored out. And golang CI lint fails in case there are no Go files provided. Yep, the same case. No Go files to analyze, and therefore it fails. I guess we have to golang CI lint. Oh, this is not the one that I was trying to find. Golang CI dash lint GitHub. So the comment section. I know linted, but when that exact yeah, the same case. Well, there is like not very well trend with such linters when you usually like no-brainer, no linted, there's very high probability of you missing out some important stuff that should be made. I will try to make some points today why I want to make some changes. But I guess one of the options that I will introduce, if I'm not yet, because I'm not able to recall whether did I introduced it yet or not. The explicit mode, when by default it doesn't complain unless you forcefully say that you should enforce this exact. For example, you have a map anywhere, you have a channel anywhere, so maps and channels, you have to explicitly initialize them in order to work with them. Therefore, there should be always initialized, and when you're trying to work with nil channel or with nil map, you will have the panic, usually. So, from them, I need the configuration. As far as I can tell, there was an option when disable true. No, we are going the other way. Where we are. Go ABCD exhaustruct. Here we are. Self fame. Okay. Command line options, run configuration. And for the run configuration, I showed parallel concurrency 4, build text, tests, issues, timeout. Huh. I was hoping that there were an option to, like, say, if there are no Go files in this change, you pass. Not failing, but pass. And maybe the truth lies somewhere in the workflows lint action. Maybe, just maybe. Yeah, so I need this. Oh no, come on. This is not the site. Search it. Okay. Obviously also the golang CI lint, but this time the action. And for the action version, install mode token only new issues. This is the stuff we're using here. New from patch, working directory, problem matchers, keep cache, keep save cache. Shit, I would say. Well, really, what the hell? Obviously, if there is no Go files, you either should not run at all, or you should pass. Okay, time to Stack Overflow, I guess. Golang CI lint pass if no Go files. And we are not the first ones, at least. Also no, and this one is also no. God dang it. I suppose most of these issues regarding, like, bad glob pattern that doesn't match files at all, but we are having the issue with patch set not having the Go files. What also possible? The other solution that is possible, it is to tweak the GitHub action to not run the workflow or the job for the case we don't have the Go files within the patch set. So no, yeah, it will be like GitHub actions skip if change does not contain contain file type. Okay, so this is like the trigger itself. I want this stuff. Accept all, okay. I want this stuff to be done actually for it is on section. And here it is like on push paths. It is like I will have to move it to other file, but therefore I will not be able to reference it for after merge action. For a merge action. Shit. This should not be the case for this stream. Nonetheless, what I am thinking right now of, first I want to upgrade the Golang version for Go 123 and also I have a fancy pants tools mono mode. Yes, this is the only option here. Don't ask what it is. This is like the fancy stuff I made for myself. I'm thinking of outsourcing this stuff, but open sourcing, sorry. So the tools is upgraded, Go is upgraded, module name is still the same, but I guess we will change it now. There is the thing, I will change the name of the module, but our vanity import site that hosts the definition of the imports does not support this exact package yet, at least. I will add it after today's stream. I guess tomorrow. Okay. Okay. We are changing the name from this one to dev.gaijin.team / sorry, the end of the day for me at least, 17:30 at Budapest currently. So this our root of vanity import and go-exhaustruct. I guess this one will be v4 because just because. First of all, we are planning to add new functionality, and second of all, the name of the package itself changes. Therefore, I guess it is legitimate reason to change it to v4. And we have some use cases. Module, and here are imports. Okay, replace all, no brainer. And in here, I will make new branch. Dev.v4, 34, no, not yet at least. Dev v4, create and push it. Whoa. The push window also got bigger. because of the scaling. I don't need gear right here. Okay, never mind. So, back to our linter page. I guess this is this one, and those guys go to the void. New pull request. From here. What is that? Three weeks ago. What the hell? Dev v4. 3 weeks ago. Did I? Really? No. Oh, there is no mic change in it. Push a dev v4 to new branch origin. I haven't committed. Shit. Okay. So the readme go mod. I guess the simultaneous change will be go mod tidy and vendor. Actually, upgrade interactive also does that, but I would like to be sure. So the main change. How would we call it? So move package under vanity import URI. Also upgrade x tools version and golang version and version and breaking change colon major release issued during packages now called. Oh, there are no guides. Just a moment. No, not this one. So in the configs we go for commit and enable these checks and wrap on typing. I don't know why these explicitly these changes are not applied when you start the new project. So I reinstalled my system recently, and there were no go-exhaustruct repo until half an hour ago. And these exact changes about the commit message and like this guide that indicates like 32 symbols wide and like the auto wrapping does not apply for other projects. Some why. So new package is now called Tuduntunk. I guess we will make the pull request and tests should tell us if everything is fine. Well, this is one of no good stuffs from Golang. I'm like daily driving Golang, but recently, since the beginning of 2024, when they released 2024 version, all analysis started to be like painfully slow. I hate them for that. I love this IDE overall, but I hate what they did to performance of analysis. So Fields test. Scope is deprecated. Really? Okay. Actually, why? Okay, we will have to address it. I guess this is due to change of Golang version, Golang version to 1.23, and it became deprecated. We'll have to address it. Anyways, everything else seems good. And here we are able to make the pull request. Rename package to this one. And this, and this. Assigning myself, labels. Actually, I don't know where to put this one. It is not an enhancement by itself. We're just moving to the vanity imports. Nonetheless. After merge of this pull request, this one should close by itself. So, the ideas, and actually, no, not the ideas. I think we will have to. 3 weeks ago, allow ignoring empty structs. Well, this is the case. A common idiom in Go is creating empty structs instead of using other constructs like pom instead of var xy, instead of x. It depends. Not to say that I often use this approach, but there are some cases. But this linter complains about that could be an option to ignore my empty struct initialization. So part of the issue here, and I also have an idea how to solve this one, is to implement more like, how do you call it? Like maybe deep, more deep analysis when you are scanning for next rows, and in case you are assigning to uninitialized property later, but in the scope of the same function, not complain about this function. So for example, when you have some initialization, boom. Sorry. For the case when you have some initialization that may error out or something like that, you have to put like if blocks and etc., and you are not able to make it in one row and initialize it within the struct statement. But due to this linter only scanning for the like initialization, what the hell today with my tongue, it only scans for inits within the brackets, curly braces. It will false positive, even though you are assigning to like this field later. Next, should give error if July 5, also summer. Where did I introduce changes last time? Recognize custom error values. May 23rd. Yeah, and previously on the January, at the beginning of the year. Okay. Not so often. So another proposal should give error in and include, but doesn't match any files. What? I was working on a refactor and I moved packages around. The linter stopped detecting properly and didn't error. I think it should give an error if the pattern was not found, because then something is wrong with your configuration. That is not the case, because linter works with I'm not able to tell if pattern matches anything because of the way it does this stuff. Internally in linter, in initializer, it applies like where is the internal pattern list. So there's this structure with list of regexp, and it tries to search if any or all of them match the regular expression regarding the package names. And later on, so for example, no, this one is test list, this one match full string, and it just like it sees the name and it checks whether it should check this exact structure. And I'm not I'm not thinking that it is exactly the case, and it should be somehow handled by the linter to check if any of patterns. Obviously, he has like explicit mode. He disabled everything first of all, and then enabled certain parts of his code. After moving and renaming, he had the issue. He would not have this issue if our control sequences would allow to like enable linter for like exact structures, and for that we should be able to somehow analyze the comments. Still, we are back to my first idea that we should move from struct fields to comments, but it is kind of tricky, and we will get to it today. Support ignoring non-exporting fields. Oh yeah, this one is like this one is weird, to be fair, because the guy proposes that linter would not be triggered for non-exported fields, and it kind of on the edge, I would say, because from one perspective you have the sorry, my youngest seem to be in the bad mood. When you are developing something with private fields, during the work within the package, you obviously should treat them like all other fields. When you are working with a structure and it is exported, you somehow may omit the checks for private fields, because obviously you are not able to set them from the outside, directly at least. And there is like big discussion about this one. And yeah, so in case we will lose the default behavior of the linter by default, all current users will rely for linter to work as it was before, and it was like on the loud part. But still, maybe it is possible to put it under the flag. So I guess I haven't read the answer of this guy. And if I add a private field, I in fact want that I do not add it all around the package, because I want to make sure things work without that private field being initialized. Because this is the contract, okay. The contract I have in my package for external users of the package. That's a good point. I don't personally use many plain old data types that have internal caching. Those with complex state typically get constructors to enforce valid arguments, since I see the So his case, when operating with the type within the package, it forces him to yes, it forces him to initialize the private fields. But like, I'm building an external API and don't want to think about private fields. Though private fields could be like the channel type. For example, if we will go to the sources of context. If you will go for no, the context itself is like new. So yeah, with a deadline, this one, and they are returning the interface here. But here's the mutex. Inside the timer CTX, there should be a channel also. Oh, well, maybe it implemented through the deadline, which will tick. So there is mutex, there is atomic, there is context interface itself, children. So for example, they have map. They obviously, at least, should account for this map to be empty or not initialized, or they should have the constructor for this stuff. And regarding their creation of the cancel context to be uninitialized, what the hell today with the words? So they accounted in their code that it may be nil, for example. Obviously, they check this stuff and they do init upon accessing. But also, if I do remember right, they have like the channel. There is the context inside of it. And there is also the channel somewhere deep down there. And channels still have to be initialized. But it is like just completely different approach to the whole linting of the structures, whether you should initialize the private fields or not. And he wants to swap it around. Maybe it can be solved through flags or configs that you are able to define through the config file, or in case you are using the linter directly through the CLI. Or maybe this is also the case that can be solved with the control sequences of the structures made through comments. Well, no, I told him that mark them as optional, and he's like, I want them to be optional by default. Maybe it will somehow ease his experience in case we will introduce like the control sequence, like 2 forward slashes, go-exhaustruct, colon, and like enforce exported, or like, yes, or enforce public, which will explicitly enforce only those fields that are public. And yeah, maybe this is the case for his situation. But again, first we have to teach our linter to scan through the comments around the definition of the type. So allow specifying optional types, field types using configuration. And also the case. So, okay. And this one, tests are not okay. And here's regression. Unexpected token F. What the f? There is too much stuff going on. Here is node and still node. And here is like fail. So obvious. Okay. So an annotation broken. Okay. The annotation of the code is broken, not the test itself. Why? Oh, and also during the change to the version of golang used by analyzer, I haven't changed the Go version within linting and tests. I don't think that we should even bother with tests for 20 and 21 because you are anyway building the package with 23rd because it is defined in here. During the golang tooling, it will use like toolset from Go 123, and there is no need to like even do the metrics. Though we have to do the metrics platform-wise. Linting obviously is regarding the code itself and should be done on only one platform, only one OS, but regarding the tests run, where the code is run as it would be on the target machine of our users, we'll have to test against all the operational systems. Okay, I guess this will suffice. So it will be change CI golang version to 123, commit and push. And in here, I guess we should be able now to start tinkering around the comments and control sequences in comments. So the main problem with all these comment stuff and etc. It should be disabled. Int range is for loop can be changed to use an integer range. Okay, this is like small refactoring to comply with updated linter rules. Actually, I'm not sure that it is the latest. Go linter, and it is. Where are you? Yes, it is correct one. Don't you mind writing the version of the Golang CI? No? Okay. Okay, so this structure overall required to like remember the struct tags of the structures by the struct pointer. This pointer is will be the same for all the linters. I guess for the purposes of the stream, we should start from the beginning. And it is the analyzer itself. So how golang linters perform their analysis? First of all, we have tools that are provided to us by Go developers. It is like the Golang org xtools Go analysis. This is the main stuff that is used along with all linters. I guess almost all current ones. Like current, contemporary, modern ones. So, and also this one is also utilized by Golang CI itself. It once scans package by package and runs several linters, providing them the analysis of this package. Then, after the parsing of the AST, it is like, I'm trying to remember the full name of AST, abstract syntax tree. When we've parsed our tokens, it goes to tokenizer. After tokenizer working with the abstract syntax tree, we have all our code structurized to like, here's the equation, here's the structure, here are the angle, not a angle, curly braces of the structure initialization. Here's the type of this stuff, and etc., etc. So we can walk through the whole tree of tokens and of AST. But during the analysis, analyzers have like very limited access to AST itself. And here lies the main problem with this. It reduces it because Golang supports several levels of parsing and several modes of verbosity of outside tree. So it can contain or it may not contain, so it may or may not contain the comments. There are some other stuff regarding the things that may not get to the AST, the final AST. And analyzer itself, the tool that performs the parsing and giving us the information about the AST and calling our visitor or inspector in this case, it does not provide the comments of the definitions. The only thing about the comments that you are able to get, it is in case you are scanning this exact file. So comments are only available for the currently analyzed file. So webcam decided to start to look the other way. Okay. And this is the main problem. As I said, I already implemented support for in-place comments when you can go, where is it? It should be in test data, and I'm not sure in which one. So J is not the case. Yeah, directives. Here are they. Here they are. So you can put the directive in the end of the statement. You can put it on the predecessor row. You can, so this is the same predecessor at the end. So, okay, this stuff supported, but this stuff being supported. It is only the case that I have the access to AST of the file that I'm currently analyzing. I guess I have the branch for this stuff, remotes. Yeah, so these are some of my work regarding struct directives, but it was made even before Go 122, which introduced for us some changes to actually the way that AST is parsed. It was not tremendous changes, but some things changed, and I guess I will try to re-implement it ground up. Just having something in my mind left from the last attempt. So, how would we test this stuff? Actually, I have no idea how I tested it last time. Okay, let me get a small pause for, I guess, 2-3 minutes. I have to refill my water. I'll be right back. And we are back. If only I were able to recall how did I test it last time. As far as I do remember, I used it through the command itself. Oh, there is also the interesting stuff with command and the analyzer, because both of them should be accessible. So you would be able to install the linter itself through the go install. And analyzer also should be accessible in order for golang CI lint to be able to embed it to their binaries. I'm just there was intrusive thought in my head to refactor it and make the main file of the package to be the command. Okay. Here. Let's go through visitor. So even now, in order to get the comments, as far as I do remember, I had to change the way we are traversing the syntactic tree. It was like, I'm not able to recall which order it was, and now it goes. So it is internal analyzer. Here it is like the inspector. It is like the usual stuff as far as I can remember. So yeah, inspector with stack. So visitor goes through the structures. Depth first, I guess. I'm not. To nodes, but it's applied to each call with F. So no, the order is the same, but now we have the access to stack. We should have the access to stack enabled to get comments at first, and the second case for the need of the stack is return statements that may or may not have the errors, which we explicitly ignore in case there is an error that is not nil. And here are comments. So the upper part of the stack is always an AST file. This is the way stack of the analyzer works, and fset is how to call the fset? It is all the file sources that are referenced by this current package, and it works by adding files further and further. So in case you have like what is here, when golang tries to scan, so for example during the compile time, it goes like, okay, here's an import, here's the flag. So he obviously having this file here now, and he's like, okay, import flag. Import flag parses the flag package and adds it to the end of the flag set, and then fmt, the same stuff, and so on, so on, so on, until he passes all the imported files, for example. We can see it here. We can see it here by... I guess I will introduce my kind of favorite way of... of debug. It is called fmt.println. So we will need our terminal. I guess, yeah, several. Come on. Exactly during the stream. They won't bombard me with calls, the spam calls. Okay. Okay. Here, we should go for CMD, I guess. What was that? It was CMD, exhaustruct, in order to maintain the name of installed linter. It would be exhaustruct. So exhaustruct, go run dot. And in order for it to check some files, we will try, I guess, check our own sources. Let's say, where do I have structures? So maybe pattern, the list. No, there it is. It is slice. Fields. Yeah, so fields are structs, and we are targeting only structs. Fields is used. Is new fields, and find usages. What the hell? So string skipped. find usages, but it is still fields. Why doesn't it show the references from internal structure? Analyzer. Yeah, so here it is. Analyzer. There are cases of usage of fields in Analyzer. So I would say my goal for today would be to get access to comments of the structure fields. Fun part that is the package also called structure. So we close our search here. Structure, where are you? Here it is. Analyzer stays in place. Field. For now, I won't try. I will try to parse this. So, and what would I say? Yeah, enforce. So go-exhaustruct enforce. This should replace the per field enforcing. Not enforcing, we are only able to disable check for the exact fields. Yeah, sure. Ask your questions. I am also. This is the reason why I'm trying to like do this stuff. It is extremely hard regarding the structure of all analyzers, but I'm trying to make it in terms linter. I'm trying to make linter more like less edgy, less polarized regarding is it good or is it like the boy that screams wolves, wolves. So we should have the access not only to field in these terms are the struct, but also to struct fields comments. In order for us to get for the field definition, I would say that I would pull the where will it be? We have two definitions here, fields cache and least skipped fields. Never mind. For example, I would like to pull the put. So F structure fields, and here is the uninitialized, not this one. Why? Fields is field, the single one. So the singular field here. Okay. So this is the case of violation of our own linter here. And I want it to... So we have to go up by two directories, I guess. So it is like go-exhaustruct. It is cmd and go-exhaustruct. And then we should go to analyzer go. Yes. And analyzer go. And here it is. Structure field is missing field's name. Okay. Actually, analysis analyzer is missing field URL. Here's an option to disable analysis structures from the linting all at once by excluding regular expressions, this stuff. So comments. So basically Golang allows every struct field to be optional. It is the design of the language itself, but again this makes possible you to have nil exceptions because you can just leave a nil pointer as a struct property. My question is whether this is relevant or not most of the times. With this linter, you prevent most of the nil pointer exception errors. It is, but there is the case. I already been speaking of it, I guess, an hour ago. You have some structures that by design are mostly tolerant to be nil. So for example, you can have the slice and all the stuff built around the slice can tolerate the non-initialized slice. Append, len, everything around this stuff works when you have the nil slice. In opposition to it, you can have like the channels and you can have maps that will break from the moment you will try to interact with them if you will not initialize them. So this is the whole thing with this linter. It forces you to at least write, so for example, if it is okay for you that the slice is nil by design, you have two options. You can always explicitly define the field and say like it is nil, and with maps you have to initialize them anyways. It leads us in most cases to constructor methods, the approach that I use the most. For the cases when the structure requires initialization. So I declare this day the day of the bad initialization. Oh, I hate it. Inits. Okay. So in case your structure or anything, in case your type require inits, you write the constructor that do all the inits within, usually. But there are cases when zero values are fine. So most of primitive values will work fine with zeros. But as you said, the problem lies within pointers. I don't know. It heavily depends on the use cases. And the best approach for the linter itself will be to give the most configurable way of using it. And as for now, I see the most convenient way of using this linter after how long? 3 years ago, I've implemented this linter. After 3 years of using it, I think the truth lies within the granular control of which structures should be linted and which are not by comments, not with field text. Because with field text, you are not able to say like, okay, everything in this structure is optional because, well, I designed this structure. I know that zero values are okay in this case. There is no way I will have to put 3 field tags for this case. It consecutively, and it can have not great outcome. So, for example, when you put this directive and say like go-exhaustruct ignore, for example, and you add in new, for example, I don't know, like foo, and it is channel. Channels should be initialized in. Sorry. Channels should be initted, must be initted in order to work with them. But this directive will break everything because linter will not trigger for this case. It is polar by design, I would say. because you will have to embrace the cases when linter excessively screams at you and like, you have to fail this down. So either you are each time making new structure, you do like the go-exhaustruct and etc. Or maybe comment is more favorable for you. I'm not sure about the struct ignore comments. I will decide later when I get along with the comments itself. So first I have to... What the hell? Oh, it is no lint. Okay. I will do the go-exhaustruct. Ignore. Yeah, at least in place comments work. So. What I'm staring at, I don't know. The analyzer itself, when we are going to the composite literal, it shows us, so struct type info. Okay. For this case, we should oh, it will be not the println, it should be, for this case, it should be printf. So it will be %#v in order to give us the extended info about the type. Whoops. So it is struct. It is struct, exhaustruct optional. Lots of this. I guess it is somewhere. Yeah, it is the analyzer object, this one. Okay. In order to catch our field, I think underline string. String should be the name of it. No, it is not. So then we go for type info, because I don't think that struct type info and boolean in case it was a struct overall. No, type info string. Yeah. So this is the case, and we are interested in this object. This tells us if type info name, actually, will it be the shorter version? String. Will it be the shorter version? Whatever. The clause is broken now. Yeah, great. So we have a type called field that we are targeting now, and we want to know, I am willing to know everything about it. As for now, I know that, so %#v/n for the type info. Oh, actually, at this point when we did the basic debug of this stuff, we can do the breakpoint and use debugger a bit, because our main function is launchable through the IDE itself. Now it complains for no files been passed to it, and we can edit the run configuration. So our working directory is go-exhaustruct, yes, and go to program arguments. These arguments will be passed to program itself. So it would be analyzer / analyzer.go. I guess. Yeah, should be fine. Rerun. And here is our breakpoint. Now, so this was example. Let me clarify one part. So my previous streams, which you will be able to find on the channel as recordings of previous streams, they were in Russian, but as far as I know, the subtitles was fine, so you can watch them with subtitles on. Usually when I see like the opportunity to introduce some ways of development or highlight some common stuff, I like highlight this exact thing. So for this case, this is the example how to fast, like really in really quick pace, get to the point when you know you should fail and you want to dig up and you don't know your surroundings. For this case, the context of execution and the variables, because they're out of your scope, out of the scope of your responsibility, because you are the user of those libraries. Because at my work, I see that guys that are working with me, sometimes they are trying to do everything through the debugger. First of all, debugger is not the best thing to debug concurrent programs, because, for example, when you have the race condition, debugger and breakpoints will unconcurrent your code, because it will stop at one point and it will prevent, for example, the race condition. It also like heavier to navigate through it because you don't know where you want to go. And for example, I will get to this if statement only in case I will have the proper name and my breakpoint will work. In order to navigate to this exact point through the debugger, putting it like somewhere here, it is not possible, first of all, because there is no code in there. But iterating through here, I would have to like press the step over I don't know how much times, because well, I'm not able to recall how much structures are not parsed, but analyzed here. So, back to our code and back to our problem. The problem in here lays... So type info is like the name field, structure, yes. So this one is from other package of go-exhaustruct analyzer. So the struct type, this one, because everything around works in here, in analyzer, works through pointers, it may be worthy to memorize, at least temporary, the address of this struct type, because through that struct type we will be able to find the underlying type and maybe pull out some comments through it. So this struct, I know that inside of the pass variable there is little jumping around. In terms of us to get the comment, we have to have AST. So we need to dig down to the AST access. The only stuff that somehow gives us access to AST is files. Through file, we can somehow try to... So here's the problem. The comment group will be empty, as far as I do remember. So back to debugger. We go to fset, which is not the one. Files. Okay, so files, yeah, so AST files. Length is 1. This is actually interesting. Why only 1? Oh, well, because it contains only current file for this case. And yep. So let's address the way I did it last time. I want to go to struct directives. What is here? So here I took the fset and files, AST files. It adds all files. Path string. We can get path. So in order to get the path to file, we should, if I do remember right, fmt printf, the same stuff. I don't know why I use mouse here, but nonetheless. So the struct type, no, not this way. Path, I guess, no, not this one. Get struct type. Here is our structure. So we're returning the type of this one. Type underline type object package. And here we get the access to the package file. Pum pum pum. So here is the type from types that is broadly available within the analyzer. File set, also this stuff is available in analyzer, and the file AST cache that is for temporary use. Name it struct info, which leads us to name it. Okay. I want to look at pass types info. which is here. Here is also some AST bindings, at least. So here's identity, and etc. We want to find overall all definitions of named structures. We want to find all definitions of anonymous structures. Well, with anonymous structures, we can, in case it will not be solvable for anonymous structures, maybe we can tell like, sorry, it is not supported. Ooh, okay. So for this case, I guess I will have to type info. I want something that returns the AST type in order to somehow gain access to the AST, but it is not. I want definitions also, so we can get to the defs, and defs are not beautiful ones, at least. To say at least. Okay. I don't want to see the type info here now. Yikes. So pointers on pointers on pointers and so on. For this case, I guess we'll have to iterate through the identities. Here is the AST identity, and here's the type object. Let's print both, maybe. %-v, type object will go here, and identity go here. And this one goes for the comment. Okay, better. A bit better. In this wall of text, package path red stack pass. This position also can be... it can be useful, but not exactly, because it changes regarding the way exact package parse it. Here is our analyzer. So I guess our when we do the parsings through type of, it returns the types type, and we need the AST. AST for this case is composite literal. It is, no, this is not the one. What did I do here? So I did the structure get info. I got the types type from the get info, passed fset, and the cache that was populated through the execution of the linter at the current package. And here are all the comments. And for this case, the info took the underlying structure. For that structure, well, okay, it stored the type of the structure, Object is type object, which also available there. Declaration, find type name. Okay. And this one lays here. Oh no. So it goes for type name. And in order for us to get to type name, we get the object. It was not easy last time. I bet it would not be easy today. Oh, and actually we're running out of time as for now. Not to say that the current part of stream will be interesting somehow, because it will be filled with my struggle to understand how to get the comments. So, our fset currently contains some Y. Oh no, so there is a lot of files. Great. Fset by that moment contains all of the files, I guess, including the sources of golang, and 61 more. So it is 160. Let's go the other way, obviously. From the println, pass files len. How many files actually are there? 1. Why does... Oh, not files. Shit. It is files of the fset. So here, in case we will try to iterate, this is something new, I guess, because I'm not able to recall if it was there or not. In case we will try to iterate through the fset, this is stuff that I didn't do last time. We will have file, and it is like the token file, and nothing in here will give us the AST. It gives lots of token positions. Yeah. It only iterates through files. And maybe there is the name. Well, okay, let's maybe try to list everything here. File. Is there a path? No. Let it be name. Let's iterate over names. And I do know that I want to iterate through all of them. Okay. So there is lots and lots of Go source files, and the name of the file is the full name of the file, including the path to it. Interesting that some of them are normalized to Unix way separators, and some of them don't. Well, are not. At least we have here our file with the structure fields. Okay, what can we do with that? So, for example, I can do something, try to do or find something. In case file name ends with. So I will use the strings as suffix. This is the name and this is the suffix. For this case, I won't do the println. Well, what will it show us? Okay, it shows some bytes. Interesting. What are they? I will put the breakpoint not here, but here, and rerun the debug. Something is wrong there. No. Okay, all good. They are lines. Is there 90? It says like there is 106 lines in this file, and it is not. I guess if we will strip all the comments in here, we will get 106. So this is also one part of the problem that I outlined before, that parsed files, at least imports, do not contain comments. Maybe we can somehow try at least to solve this issue through the analyzer. So let's address the docs here. Yay! Actually, changing the version of golang solved the issue that we had at the beginning of the stream. So the docs. How's it named? Analysis. And for this case, we are creating exactly analysis analyzer. That is here. Fact types are not interesting to us. We are interested in requires. So inspect analyzer. What is requires? Oh, okay. This analyzer may inspect the outputs processed by each analyzing request. The graph of over analyzers implied the requires edges must be cyclic. Requires establishes horizontal dependency between analysis passed. No. We don't interested here in results. Here is the run flag. Flag defines accepted by the anal. Nope, this is for the command line. Not interested. The thing that I need here is with stack, result of inspector with stack and new visitor. I somehow have to types with stack visit nodes in a similar manner to nodes, but it supplies. Again, this is not the case for us because we need the comments of the definitions to be left in place, because in case we would have the access to source, which we obviously do, like it's here, in case there were comments. Google it. Golang analyzer, how to make it keep definitions comments in place. Oh, actually, I'm not the one. Analysis with the multi-checker and the resulting asked comments are not preserved. Is there an option to do this? Anything in the analyzer stored in the main function that is called the hints into that direction. Multi-checker main. Now, these analyzers, it depends on their implementation. But in case you want to get the access for comments, in case you want your visitor to be triggered to get the comment node, you just have to explicitly pass it to nodes slice. But it also not our case, because we don't want to get these comments itself. Because one of the cases, for example, the directive, the comment that says that this field is optional, can be buried down deep in the vendor folder that is not analyzed by default, because it is external dependency. It just provides the types infos. So our run function here, pass result of inspect analyzer, it is still the same pass as a read file. Read file, change the file name, the only valid file. Oh no, I guess instead of accessing system driver, this allows a driver to provide availability. Actually, I didn't use this stuff last time. I really want to avoid overall the approach that I implemented last time, because with sophisticated logic that exists beyond the IST and beyond the AST and types and the functions that analyzer gives us, it tries to find the file that structure belongs to, manually parses it. I guess it is done somewhere. Yeah, like parse doc directives. Here it goes down to... Oh no, not this one. Where's the file? Yeah, and it also single-handedly invokes the second parse for each time. Well, for analysis of single package, it will invoke the parsing of a file once, but there is no guarantee that golang CI lint will not parse. Well, it will. It parses packages. It visits all the files within the package, but still. It has some cache between the packages. But as far as I am aware of, our linter is called independently. Therefore, it is not able to resemble cache between runs. And even worse, even if our cache will remain between runs, this means that by the end of the analysis, let's say we have the code base. Well, actually, not let's say, this is the case for our code base. As for now, I think it counts something like a million rows of codes or more like that, only our code, without accounting for dependencies. So by the end of the parse, we will scan all the all the files of our repository twice at least. At most, well, a lot of times. Okay, I guess this isn't for today. I will try to search the solution again. Maybe there are some tools that were introduced since 1.21. But anyways, I have to find how to force analysis tool to parse dependencies, saving the comments, because they are crucial to the stuff that I'm trying to solve. Yeah, something like that. So the next stream planned for this Friday, same time, same place. The guys that have been watching this stream on Twitch, subscribe for Twitch. Viewers that were on YouTube, subscribe to YouTube. It will help promotion of my channel a lot. I also have the Telegram channel where I post some articles regarding the programming overall, like some patterns and other stuff that I find interesting. But it is in Russian though. So subscribe there too if you are interested. Be nice to be here with you past 2 hours. Have a good day, and I will go find solution for the double parses of AST. Bye to everyone.